reasons why we can be in sorrow. But my responsibility today is to let you know that if you continue to sow in sorrow, you will reap in areas that you least expect and more than you actually expect.
All right, Jesus.
The context of this text is restoration. When you read Psalm chapter 126, you'll see that the psalmist is saying that he wants to be restored because Israel has repented of their sins and God has brought them out of their captivity.
Yeah.
He speaks about restoration can produce overflow in verse 4. He talks about streams of water, which is in the southern region of Beersheba called the Negev. It's called the Negev. And what would happen is in summer times it would be extremely dry, very dry, but the spring would come and it would flood. So it's dry in the summer, but the springtime it overflows. In other words, God will allow all of us to have dry moments and dry seasons, but if you remain faithful, there's going to be a springtime that's going to overflow in your life. This is what the psalmist is talking about. But because he has yet to get to what we're about to talk about, you know, before you get to breakthroughs, you feel broken.
Yes. Oh, Jesus.
Before you get to victories, you feel defeat.
All right, Jesus.
Well, verses 5 through 6 is where we are going to sit down and eat at the table, and God's going to give us some meat and some manna so we can be encouraged to know that if you continue to stay faithful in your season,
Yes, Lord.
due seasons you shall reap.
Yeah.
There are 3 expositions of the text in verses 5 through 6. 3 expositions. Y'all ready to eat? This is, verse 5 is the principle of tearful sowing and joyful reaping. Verse 6, the A clause, is the practice of tearful sowing and joyful reaping. While the B clause of verse 6 is the promise of tearful sowing and joyful reaping. Don't worry about it, class. This is on the board. You say I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna reroute it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Let's go ahead and deal with verse 5, the principle of sowing and reaping. The word of God says, those who sow in tears shall reap in joy. Notice the text says, those who sow in tears. Not sowing tears, but sow in tears. In other words, your tears are not the seed.
Right.
Okay, that's important that you know.
Okay.
Your tears are not the seed that you sow.
Okay.
Your tears are what you feel, but your tears are not the seed in and of themselves. That's important.
All right, Jesus.
Tears aren't the seed, but the symptoms of deeper sorrows. So what's going on the inside of you, the tears are a reflection. So what's going on inwardly, tears are an outward reflection. But the tears are not the seeds. Check this out. This means don't let pain stop you from planting.
Right.
Don't let pain stop you from being obedient.
Okay.
Right.
Don't let pain stop you from being merciful when it's time to give mercy, when it's time to be faithful, when it's time to be forgiving. Don't let pain stop you from doing what God told you to do. Don't let pain stop you from doing right.